With individuals, see what's the talk of the town. It's going down. The word on the curve. You heard me. Let me just set this up. Here in Southern California, it is a hot as fuck day, but it is nice. Nice clear sky. It's not as hot as the other days, even though it is hot. It's not as bad as the other days, so it's a lovely day to be, at the beach or enjoying yourself out and about. Just make sure, be aware of your surroundings and, because, the weekend's how it gets. And make sure to have your green card with you. Nah. Let me just set this up. Alrighty then. For those who are curious, I did drop a new rap on my other channel. If you guys want to scope that out too. Let me just move this over. Oopsie. So far, the things have calmed down. Here in Southern California, there's still tensions, but not as bad. So, make sure now, really, really, to be keeping aware of your surroundings. Not just for the dangers that lurk, but also for immigration. Even though I know right now everything's getting diverted because of the whole Epstein files. Why do we give Mohawk a pass but not Neil the Son? What do you mean? About what? Wait, who's Mohawk? Who's Mohawk Matt? Who's that? Mohawk Matt? I don't even know who that is, brother. Yeah, I know. I heard that somebody died being detained. A farmer, no? Oh, he was escaping. That's how he died? Yeah, I really didn't get the chance to dive into that story. I'm telling you, everything's been getting bombarded with the whole Epstein files and Epstein Island and... What's cracking like your dash? Yeah, like everybody's, just focusing on that, especially the MAGA movement, which I'm actually surprised. Sup, pimpin'? What's cracking like you, Scott? For fool who busted on ice. Oh, yeah, I seen that one. That is stupid, though. Like, the fuck was that for thinking? Especially in this age, with cameras everywhere. Like, what exactly was he looking to do except, nothing and getting himself busted? It's crazy how Trump owns supporters are turning on him. It's because he played with a very, 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 very dangerous subject, which is conspiracy theorists. Those are the people that you don't want to toy with their emotions, bro, because they won't let that shit go. They will not let it go. So I don't know if they did really have something or if they didn't, but the fact that they alluded to that, just to get maybe their support, right? Like, hey, if you align with us, we'll release all these documents and all this and that. So now you're promising them shit that they probably been looking forward to their whole entire lives. And then just for you to bust out this mamada, they're not going to forgive you for that. Hell nah. Especially them people. They don't let shit go. Bugs said hi. Hello there. I'm just smoking on some. That's right, my boy. Getting elevated. God bless you, brother. Hey, gracias. Likewise, carnal. America is full of Looney Tunes. The world is full of Looney Tunes. Not just America. These problems, occur everywhere. It's a human trait. Just said hello. Hi there. Still in the hospital. Hey, well, hopefully everything goes better. So forever, all day, every day. Nah, but the whole Epstein thing is like, it's getting him like irritated, right? And where he's even tweeting, this fucking rant. Está cabrón. Oh, Mr. Pasa is definitely up in the casa. What's crying like it, my boy? Have you heard about the guy? Charleston White. He's in. Oh yeah, I know who Charleston White is. Yeah, there's dead rappers and gangbangers because he thinks he will stop kids from joining the life. No, I feel like he just does it for attention. He says the most outlandish and controversial and hateful things, right? But because he likes to create a fucking you know a buzz around all that, right? He knows how to get people's attention, and then he exploits it. It's really hard believing, if those are really his views or if that's just a persona that he plays, right? The rich have freaky fetish. I don't believe that all the rich have freaky fetishes. I only believe that the ones who have personality disorders, some they have always suffered from some type of you know bad behavior, right? And the money just made it worse. Rise up all day, every day, all day, every day. Controversy sells. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because it allows everybody to give an opinion compared to like if you're speaking on matters in which like there's solid like proof or facts or evidence, right? It leaves no room for any type of dialogue, like no conversation, right? It's hard for people to come and give their 2 cents on something that's like so shut, right? And with this, it allows everyone to come and express how they feel on the matters. Do you know my girlfriend? Why would I know your girlfriend? Or matters that everyone already agrees on. Oh yeah, there you go. Facts. The only annoying part about that though is that most of these people like let's say they don't actually believe the stuff that they're saying, but they're still gonna go ahead and say it, because it's like being fake, in my personal opinion. Some people like going against the norm and making everyone mad. No, yeah, because there's some people that legitly like to argue. There's people that literally love the drama. They can't, you know, live life without it, right? It's like it amuses them sort of, even though they do get mad and stressed and buttered or whatever. It's kind of like it entertains them as well, right? Like it brings some type of life to their day. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's literally people that love to just to argue on both sides, men and women. Even though statistics does show that it does tend to be women more often than men, but no, I'm just saying what the statistics say, right? Yeah, but there's legit people that just love to just fucking yeah, like you said, get people mad, troll for whatever reasons. Like I said, maybe it helps them feel better about their own issues. Just like there's people that love to antagonize, right? There's people that love to just stir up the pot. Adam being one of them. That's Adam to the T. And it's funny because he really thinks that he's everybody and so slick that people can't see what he tries to do, right? I invited this rapper over. Oh, and I just happened to invite his ops as well. What a mistake. Like, yeah, bro. Like, if people can't see what you're trying to do. And he tries to play dumb. I heard a joke the other day. Why can't Michael Jackson be with 500 feet of any school? Because he's dead. Oh, that's funny. That's not a joke to me, but okay. That's why he can't be in front of a school. I get it. Like for those who are maybe because Michael Jackson fans or whatever. I personally, am not a fan of the individual. Just on the simple fact of the whole child thing to me is just that's just not cool, right? And his explanation is even worse. You know. Do you like his music though? Before this whole scandal shit, like the whole child thing, yes, yes. Not I wouldn't say like all his songs, but he did have some songs that I did enjoy, right? Like there was some songs that I did, bump, that I was like, Billie Jean's Chingon, that's a jam right there, right? But like I said, with this whole child thing, I was just like, but yeah, he was a talented individual. I won't take that from him. I mean, I'm not a hater. He had skills, for his genre of music, talent. What do you think about the head of trying to get rid of MS and 18th Street? I mean, they can try. But good luck with that battle, no? Do you like? Do you dislike Renegade? Nah, I don't dislike him. I don't even pay attention or acknowledge none of that. Now, would I say I agree with his content? I don't agree with what he does, but I'm not one that's gonna be out here talking shit on him or dissing him or saying, "Hey, you can't upload that" or "You shouldn't upload that," because I don't even watch his content. So I have nothing, like this hatred towards the individual, right? I just don't agree with what he does. But other than that, I mean, like why take the time to come on here and insult the individual? You know what I mean? What am I gonna get out of that? Not a damn thing. I actually don't understand why individuals do that. Now, when people like, let's say like they ask me something, right, and if I'm aware of some facts, I'll say the facts, right, but that's not because like I'm trying to take shots at individuals. You get what I mean? But I never get asked about Renegade, so that's why I never mention him. Like, because I really don't have like any hatred towards anybody on here, right? Um, there's some individuals that just because of how they carry themselves, but I point out the facts, but not because like I have this animosity. Because it's just the internet. It's not that serious. Some people get those things confused though. Like when I get a lot of people saying that I come and I hate on Dubs and Gunner, when it's like, no, I don't. I get asked questions, I answer the questions, right? By just speaking the facts of things. I don't go and insult the individuals, right? There's a difference if I would come and insult them. Like, oh, you say, because I get people saying, well, you said that they're rats. They snitched. Well, because they did. Hating is if I'm making up something about the individuals or calling them out of their name. I said that they told because they did tell. The hell? How's speaking the truth making me a hater? That's crazy. Hatred is if I was to come and be like, man, them fools can't fight, man. Them fools are little bitches, man. I'll knock them fools out, man. I heard them fools used to get punked back in the days. See, that's hating because I don't know if they used to get punked back in the days, but I'm saying that they did, right? And I'm calling them out of their name. See, that's all hatred, right? But when I say that, when I come and I say, well, they saying that they didn't tell when they did tell because there's paperwork. Well, that's because that's the fucking truth. You get what I'm saying? Like people don't know how to separate the two. Like you can't be telling the truth and call it hating. But people that like individuals or like something, they feel like that's hatred just because it doesn't line up with how they feel about certain things, right? What about Diddy? Do you think he has talent outside of allegations he had on him? I really didn't hear his music right, but from the little things I heard, it seems that he did have talent, right, in dancing and business and singing, sort of rapping. I don't know if he wrote his own raps or whatnot, right? But it seemed like he had some type of talent. I mean, shit, you don't gain that wealth out of out of just nothing, right? So the individual definitely had some skills. Good luck with that. They wasting their time and money. Like, to me, the answer is simple, right? When it comes to combating gang issues, gang problems, right? I think too many people focus on the stuff that can't be fixed or repaired, right? Same with like the drug problems or the gun problems and stuff like that, right? Like the criminal problems, right? I feel like they focus too much on shit that's just, like they want to focus on, like you said, MS and 18, right? But instead of focusing on them, how about you focus on why do individuals choose to become gang members, right? What draws these individuals to go down that path, right? Focus your attention on that, right? Because if you stop the source of the problem, right? If you stop the actual source, then you don't have to worry about the problem no more, right? Because eventually these individuals get old or die out or whatever the fuck, right? Because if nobody wants to join a gang no more, right? Then what are these individuals going to do for recruiting, right? So eventually it withers away. You know what I'm saying? Same with drugs. Instead of focusing on the people that sell the drugs, how about you focus on why do people want to do drugs to begin with? Why do people want, and seek the drugs? Help, focus your money and efforts on that. People don't want to buy drugs no more. These individuals have to find a new way to make money because this became obsolete. This is no longer effective no more. Nobody wants to buy drugs. What the fuck are they going to do? Come on now. Because you take down one drug dealer, what happens? Another one comes and takes his place. Cycle continues. Hey, look, El Chapo got arrested a while back ago already. Has the drug problem stopped? No, right? People wouldn't have even noticed that they had even made an effort to try to stop it. Because nothing has changed. Not a damn thing, bro. Not one fucking damn thing has changed. Yet they called it a victory on drugs. How? Goofballs. They keep going after the next guy and the next guy, and the problem never stops. It's crazy. I think going after the shot callers will get rid of all the gangs. See, gangs don't work like that though. Gangs are not like mafias, right? Where they have like head individuals that people have to really go into and really move the whole chessboard, right? You take them out, right? When they're the ones that have all the sources and connections, right? Well, yes, it destroys everything, right? But with street gangs, it's like there's like really no heads, right? So you go after the guys. Some other people just take their places, because there's not really like one individual that really is like the main person. You get what I mean? Like where they rely on him, like they rely on this single individual. You get what I mean? They really don't rely on these individuals. Because if that would have been the case, they would have been trying to do that a long time ago. But they know that with street gangs, it just doesn't work like that, right? That's the reason why they haven't been able to make a dent on these fucking neighborhoods because they don't just rely on a single person. I'm related to Telly. Oh, Telly's cool people. Considers you a real one. So I want to say a real one. I'm just me. But gracias, I appreciate that. Gunner and Doves love talking about communicate when all three of them are in the same boat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, excuse me. Like where they be like, I don't know. I don't know who I seen it. I think it was maybe Chemo Flix where I seen this at, right? But it was like a compilation, right, of individuals that were saying that, oh, careful, these guys, might work with law enforcement or might have agents on speed dial or some shit like that, right? And I'm just like, what? Like, why would the fucking subscribers care about that kind of shit? You're acting like if they're like doing some illegal shit and they're active gang members or some shit like that, right? And it's like your subscribers do not bang, my guy. It's like walking into a church and telling people like, "Hey, be careful saying anything right now because that guy right there, he might be an informant." You're gonna be like, "Huh? The fuck is talking about illegal shit right here?" You get me? Like that shit just made no sense. Like if they're still, like I'm saying, like if they're still gangbanging, like if they're still gangsters, like bro, you snitched. You guys snitched, my guy. You guys are not gangster no more. You're no good. Like what the fuck? That shit is crazy. Like have they really, convinced themselves that they're still good or some shit? It's crazy. Media moves away because it's no good for the body. Like I said, some stuff comes with consequences, but that's the thing though. Individuals know this, right? But yet they still choose to act on it, right? And that's just the price that you gotta pay. You know what I mean? When you're dealing with shit like this, and like I said, because individuals didn't have to do what they did, right? But because the money was so good coming in, right? They couldn't resist, right? But like I said, it comes with a price, though, you know. But they were willing to gamble, so it just, just comes with the territory. Honestly, if they admitted, they told, we wouldn't have to keep repeating. I know that's what I'm saying though. Like, trust, if they were to admit that they told, nobody would ever even say anything about them individuals. Because what can they say? If they were to come and be like, I cooperated and I snitched, what could anybody say? What could people say? Not a damn thing. The people can't say like, you fucking liar, or why are you trying to, you get me? Nobody would be able to say a fucking damn thing. Same with the Epstein thing. Donald Trump, like, why are people talking about Epstein, or why are the Democrats, now, riding the boat on the whole Epstein files and getting released? If that was the case, they would have released them when Biden was in office. And it's like, but see, that's the thing. They didn't care about that kind of shit. They were dealing with other stuff, right? This wasn't an importance. But see, when Trump was running and when Trump's campaigning, he was saying how he was going to release these files. He was going to do this, that, oh, yeah, we're going to release the Epstein files. And, all the people that were, helping him saying as well, they're going to release these files, right? So, okay, now they said that they were going to do this, right? So now people are waiting. And then, now they're like, hey, what's up with them files? Why are people caring so much about the files? Because you fucking said. If you would have never said shit, these motherfuckers wouldn't be asking. But if you say something, then expect people to hold you on that, bro. You know what I mean? Just like these individuals. You know what I mean? Why are you saying you saw it and you never told when you did? That's what I'm saying. People are going to hold you to what you say. If they would have never said shit, these individuals wouldn't have a problem. But the fact that they're trying to still come off as gangster and real and that they never told, then people are going to have to say something, or people are going to say something. And you can't be mad at them for saying something because they're within their rights. Well, it's true. So then people now want to know why you're lying. I mean, it's common sense, bro. That's how it works. Do you smoke weed? No, I don't. Did he had a ghostwriter? Did he? He probably did. So did Dre. Oh, yeah. People do beats, but he took credit for them. Yeah, I believe some. I believe Daz Dillinger had spoke about that, at one point, right? Him and I think Battle Cat as well had mentioned something like that, right? I know that Dre had people writing his lyrics for him. Did you know that 6ix9ine also supported Trump? He said. I'm sure he's still there. Well, of course, see, people like, 6ix9ine, of course, they're going to support Trump because supporting Trump gives them a tax break. Considering the wealth that they were making, it benefited them, right? People with money, it benefits them, right? Well, let me rephrase that. Greedy people with money, greedy people with money support that kind of individual, right? Because there's other, rich individuals that don't support Trump, right? And they don't mind paying their share of the taxes, right? Because they see like it's only fair. Hey, I commend that, right? But these individuals don't want to be getting taxed. They feel like, fuck that. It's not my fault these fools are broke and I'm not. Hey, if you make more money, you should have to pay more taxes, bro. You're acting like if the taxes that they're taking away from you is gonna leave you completely fucking broke. You have more money than any that could sustain you if you were to stop working right now. It could sustain you and maybe like 3 other generations of your family without working, right? But no, it's not enough for you. You know. Tell me again why you need 5 houses and 30 cars. And the reason you have as much money as you have is because your employees, right? They work and they keep your company alive. They keep your company going, right? Because without your employees, you wouldn't have a company because who's gonna fucking work your company, right? Exactly. So you need them as much as they need you, right? Because without your company, they wouldn't have a job, right? So you guys need each other. So how about you break them off with, what they deserve, financially wise? But you're acting like they should be fucking crediting you or praising you that you even allowed them to work in your facility. Without those people, you wouldn't have the wealth that you have. And the fact that they can't recognize that is truly, mind blowing. You know, like shit, they should be grateful that I would pay them what I pay them. Like, bro, if all these fools leave, what you gonna do? Not a damn thing, right? Can't bring this shit yourself. I already know it doesn't. And they act like if these people are demanding, they get paid as much as like the owners do, right? Or these so-called rich guys, right? And arrest the shot callers and the bosses. And yeah, and the fucking organizations are still around. Marvelous still acts like he's bigger than the program. Does he? That's crazy. Do you eat pizza? Oh, fuck yeah. Pizza's delicious. Eating white rice helps with hangover. Does it? Oh, shit. Childhood. Like these kids wanting attention from. Yeah, that is facts, bro. What are your thoughts on people who have snitched and joined federal witnesses protection programs? Apparently, the program has 100% success. I mean, like I said, hey, if that's what they want to do, then that's what they want to do, right? If they found a new leaf, a new calling, and they feel like this is, by, they have, some type of, you know, now urge to do good, then it is what it is, right? I feel like a lot of them do it out of revenge, right? They're petty, right? So they do it out of anger and spite, right? And the fact that they get away scotch free when they were a part of the games too is crazy in itself, right? I disagree with that, but because then it's like he's not he decided his this he gets no punishment for his decision for him participating, right? He gets to get away with it, like he gets away with everything, right? Like he doesn't ever have to he never has to actually pay for his decisions, right? That's why those individuals tend to be not good people even after that, right? Because they feel like they could always have it their way. There's always an escape plan or a way to not pay the consequences for their decisions, right? Like self-centered people, like fucking narcissistic. Because some of them do make up shit too, right? It's like they committed murder and they committed murder, but only one's gonna go to jail. Like what? Okay. Did he realize that the most of the people involved with Tupac hit him up have died, including his? I mean, it's not hard to see the individuals that you have around you who are in that kind of life, and then like damn, they because same with me, right? A lot of my homies, have passed away already, right? But when you live this kind of life, right, and you're in the negativity and shit like that, right, the chances of you dying is going to be a lot higher than anybody else, right? So yeah, I could see that, right? Because they were really out there and really doing stuff. So I'm having to pay a price for that. Now it would really be a trip. Like I would really be scratching my head, like, damn, what the fuck? Like that's kind of suspicious. Like let's say if they were all like church-going individuals, right? Like they all went to church and you know were law-abiding citizens who did everything by the book, and now they're all dead. It's kind of like that would be kind of be like, hey, what the fuck? Hey, that's kind of weird, no? Right? But I mean, if they're all street individuals, then it's like, yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. You know, crazy. But it's different. Like let's say if like I said, if they would have been like good, you know, good people, and then it's like, kind of weird. I would find that strange. You know, I'd be like, the fuck, kind of strange. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch break is over. We got to get back to it. It was good chopping it up with you guys, and we out.